Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. Christian Campbell has returned to the New York Theater in the Mint Theater Company's hit production of Harold Chapin's The New Morality, directed by Jonathan Bank. And I dropped by the Mint to catch up with Christian right before a performance. First of all, welcome back to the New York stage. How does it feel?
It feels great. It's great. It's nerve-wracking, but it's good to be back. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a ton of time. Yeah. So it's nice. I'm walking to work, which is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it's like a 10-minute walk to work, and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah.
So what attracted you to the play?
The writing and the ideas. It was written in 1912 by Harold Chapin, and what popped off the page for me was just how contemporary it was. I read it and I thought, this must have just been written recently. I mean, the ideas were very fresh, and the writing itself, there was a naturalism to it that it was just like, are you kidding me? Who is this guy? So that's what attracted me. I just wanted to do these words.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So tell me about the role that you play.
I played Jeffrey Bellus, and he is an attorney. He's what they call a KC in England. It's a King's Counsel, and he is brother of our leading lady, Betty, and he comes in the second act and is, I would say, he is windows for the audience. He is the audience's perception of the absurdity of everything that's going on.
So I love that it's so contemporary. That's what I love about all the shows that the Mint does.
Yeah,
they're written in the in the 1920s, but they're so contemporary now.
Mm-hmm. Well, good theater is always contemporary now. That's it. That's the great theater will last the test of time. You always know good movies are good movies when you put them on and they still work. Sure. And it's the same thing with plays. So, yeah.
We'll talk about working with your director, Jonathan Bank, what this whole process has been like. He lives in this world of this material, so it must make it even more special to work with someone like that.
Yeah, because the rehearsal process always involves readings of something he would discover on the internet and his research and just sort of clippings of books and whatnot. So it helps to immerse you in the world. And his curiosity is infectious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Had you heard of Harold Chapin before this?
I'd never heard of Harold Chapin. No, this was a first for me. You know what? I had not even heard of the Mint Theater yet, and so for me, when I got cast, and they said, I was asking around, I was like, "Who are these people? Are they good?" And everyone was like, "They do great work." So, yeah.
I was going to ask you, so what's it been like working here? I love this theater. I love what they do. Mm-hmm. Being a part of the Mint family, what it means to you?
So far, there's just a real respect amongst each other. The play is the thing here. Yeah. It's about the play. And it's not about ego. All that matters is honoring the words, getting this out there, getting the ideas out there. It's the lovely thing with working with Jonathan is that Harold Chapin, the writer, always feels like he's in the room with us, and that we've got to be careful. These are his words, and let's do him good. And I have a sense that's kind of what it is for all the plays here. Yeah.
Is it a different process for you? I always ask stars that work a lot in TV and film when they come back to stage. Mm-hmm. Is the work ethic different, or are the tools the same?
It's very different. The process of, I love doing theater because I love rehearsing. I really enjoy the rehearsal process. That's something we rarely get to do when you're doing film television. There's no rehearsal. You got to know your lines. You generally get to set and you're given one go at it, and rehearsal-wise, and the director sort of tells you what he wants, and off you go. And there's no real time to have an exploration with it. So that's a talent in and of itself. Like, there are actors who are very good at just being able to pull it out of their ass. And with this, you can explore. You can find the multi-layers, and so it's been. I'm really enjoying being back and doing that again.
Yeah, so we think, especially on a period piece.
Yeah, I've not done something of this period. The last time I did something like this was The Importance of Being Earnest, although I think I was 16 at the time, and it was with Brett Carver, and he played Earnest in it, and I was just merely held a tray. That was my job in the play. I had no lines, I held a tray. I was I think I was a butler's boy or something like that. That was the last time I did it.
To work with Brett Carver, I mean, talk about a masterclass.
Everything I'm doing on this stage right now is what I learned doing that play way back when, which just goes to show that there are no small roles, because you don't know what you're going to learn and when you may use those tools. Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, where did your love for performing begin?
In my family. I come from a multi-generational family of my grandparents back in Holland were actors. My my grandparents back in Glasgow were always doing Scottish pantos and whatnot. My start in theater was from my dad in Canada. He's from Glasgow, and he would throw me Nev and I up on stage and to do Scottish pantos. I think I was on stage with a Scottish accent before I ever did a North American accent. So that got me my start, and it was always the conversation around the table. My dad was a drama teacher, and so did this from an early age. Yeah, the bit.
Yeah. So was there a defining moment, or was always in your DNA? Was there a defining moment that said, I'm going to try to do this for a career?
For a career, yeah, I think it was always.
Yeah.
It was just always there. I think I was defined by my parents. I was defined by my surroundings. You know, if they had been lawyers, I probably would have been a lawyer. If they were accountants, I would have been an accountant. This is the family business. You know, yeah.
You know, last season you did season 2 of True Detective. What was it like working on that show for HBO?
It was exciting for me in that it's my favorite show. Last year it was my favorite show, and so it was great. It was wonderful. It was a great call to get. You know, it was lovely to be able to do 3 episodes of that.
Tell me about the Players Club. Tell me about your life there and what you do on the board there at the Players Club.
Okay. I've been involved with the Players Club now for about 3.5 years. I came on board, brought on by a man named Bud Odson, who asked me to come in and assist what he saw was a dying club. And it was in a really bad trouble financially and also just sort of culturally. And so once in there, we started doing some plans to turn the place around and put in a new board. I was put on that board. I'm now sitting on the executive committee, and we've done a lot of changes to the place. We've put it financially back on its feet again. And I've been now also producing something called Live from Gramercy Park, which is an inside the actor's studio, but for the international cabaret world. And I shoot it. Five camera with a full team, edit it. We've sold it as a show, so that's going to be an ongoing thing. And it's just about I interview the artists before they go on stage to contextualize what they're doing on stage. So we're doing that at the Players Club just to make the place cool again. Yeah. That's where great art and people are happening. So yeah, that's the next 3 years are going to be very important for the Players Club, and I would urge anyone who wants to come down and check out the place or become a member. Now's the time. So.
Well, you've done a beautiful job the nights that I was there, so really, really great. So what are you enjoying the most about being back on stage and being here in this show? What are you enjoying the most?
I said it already, walking to work. It's really lovely. But being able to try things out, new things. I really like to experiment. I don't know what my day was like, and I don't know how that might affect things on stage a little bit. You know, there are paradigms you have to follow, or parameters you have to follow. But I enjoy playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it is, right? It's a play. Have fun. Play. I enjoy that. Yeah.
Have the best time. A real pleasure.